Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Milk Room Podcast. I'm going to be your host today, Jiovani Cervantes. Miss Kimberly is not here today, so I'm just going to fill in and just have some good conversations today. I'm
Yeah,
joined by a really awesome and smart individual. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the people?
thank you. Yeah, my name's Tony Luu. I've been out here for a minute. Serial entrepreneur, global speaker. Yeah.
So I'm gonna just jump right into this, man. So I started working with these guys, building Milk Room 2021 June. And I will say there's like a handful of people who show us constant love, overwhelming like support. You're one of those individuals who like when I check our notifications, like you like everything, like you go crazy. So just know like we see that and we absolutely appreciate you,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, of course. I mean, I've connected with a lot of people, but on Instagram, I don't follow too many, but I just like the community that you guys have. I think that's a big part of the support for creators and businesses. So, yeah, I mean, LA it's big, but it's small at the same time,
Yeah,
and there's not that many brands like you guys that give a platform for creators and businesses to really showcase themselves.
and we appreciate that, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But without further ado, I would like to talk about you're creating an AI. Is it an app? Is it a software? Is it a platform? What are you creating and what do you intend to do with this product?
Yeah, so that's just one of our businesses. It's an AI marketing
One
tool.
of them.
So, we can automate your whole entire business with
Mm,
AI. So,
mm,
businesses, it has a really large aspect when it comes to getting leads in, when it comes to salespeople, people doing the fulfillment, whatever business it is, and also retaining them as a client. So, if we're able to train your AI to work for you like an employee, your business can run 24/7, and it really is really cost effective for business owners, and you'll never, you can pretty much streamline anything you want.
So are you guys B2B? Are you guys selling business to business?
Yeah, it's ideally B2B most of the time for the AI, and it's just really making your business more scalable.
And automation is such an awesome route once you can lock in that formula, once you can get that wheel spinning. It's interesting that you're talking about this now because my buddy Robert Kyler, who is one of the past Milk Room members, we're currently working on identifying what kind of automated system we want to develop and what kinds of businesses we want to be um, selling this to in some way, shape, or form. So, like recently, what we just did was we worked with a pharmaceutical company. Um, People need medication dropped off. So, identifying which of those pharmacies in the area of Woodland Hills needed that extra support who don't currently have a delivery system set up. And so it was just a matter of like setting up the call center, setting up the virtual assistants, and then getting the drivers, right?
Right.
Um, so why is something like automation maybe important in today's time and age?
Yeah, I mean, it's so important because the efficiency of your business. So, you know, in your example, if you're a lot of people use the tool differently. So if you're looking to outreach, it can automate email campaigns, SMS campaigns, even calling and dialing. Just instead of typing in a number or clicking next, it'll auto dial for you to the next person. So if that's the case, you want to do outreach to potential customers that aren't on your list already, you can do that. Secondly, if you are running ads on Facebook or Google, as soon as they fill out your form or reach out to you, they'll get a sequence of text messages. You can customize it as much as you can. And let's say they give you some type of response, it'll respond back with whatever you want it to. So I think it's really ideal because it's pretty much a business running on its own, and that's
Mm-hmm.
really important because I mean humans are great, but there's a lot of room for error with that. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And what kind of just sparked your interest in getting into this specific kind of field at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, the opportunity was presented to me, and I saw how efficient a business can really run with it, and it's so much just cheaper than hiring a bunch of employees. I know what's hot right now is hiring a lot of remote team members
Mm-hmm.
overseas, but even with this, if you train it just one time the way it's supposed to be done, it'll literally just automate your business and make everyone's lives easier.
Make your lives easier. It's kind of like almost an oxymoron because it makes business's life easier, but you do kind of like eliminate some job positions for
Yeah,
people,
yeah.
though,
So
right?
I always
How do you
say that
battle that
AI is
confliction?
here to pretty much assist your employees,
Hmm.
not really take their job.
Hmm.
So it's ideal to have an employee kind of overview the AI's work as well, just to make sure it's running right. Like tomorrow, for example, we have a Clippers experience at the Intuit Dome. And so we set all the sequences in order for people to get reminders. If people have questions about the event, we've already trained the bot with all of our FAQs. So yeah, I mean, everyone has their program, their ticketing. So, I mean, that's really how businesses should be run. Because it's 2025. Like, we're so in the future, but we're so in the past still. Like, we should be way ahead of where we are. But if businesses can you really utilize it now, it'll give them an edge.
I absolutely agree. So, aside from that, you said that's just one of your businesses. What else are you working on? What else? What other fields are have you taken an interest in?
Yeah, I mean, so with the League AI business, we have clients in all different sectors. So we do marketing in general, whether if you need social media management, you need Facebook ads, Google ads, website development, even just business coaching in general. For example, we
Very
do
resourceful.
events. The Clippers experience that we give people, we allow our special guests to play on court, take pictures on the court.
Wow.
We give like special fan tunnel experience or watching the players warm up.
Hmm.
So all of that stuff. So that's our League AI business. That's what we're really focused on the most right now. But yeah, it's really fun.
And so, aside from being this serial entrepreneur, you were also an athlete, right? Or are you still athlete? Like, tell us a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I play in a bunch of leagues, basketball, and that's really, really fun too. That's more of my, get exercise, win some trophies and medals or whatnot. But that's just some stuff I recently started pushing on, putting on the internet because no one really knew I hooped. Because before that, I was a global speaker and music artist and all of that, and in fashion. But no one really knew I played. Only people who knew was whoever saw me, playing.
Right.
But yeah, I mean that's just another what I do for fun.
So this man is a jack of all trades. Every time you speak, there's just something new, and I just want to ask you about. So you were also into fashion. You also mentioned a couple of other things. Um, what are the top maybe fields or dexterities that you would qualify as like your primary? Like, what do you specialize in the most out of these top three things?
Yeah, so I mean, I met Milkroom. I connected with you guys because this was during COVID, and the fashion stuff was part of my COVID project because everything shut down. I stopped traveling. I used to be on a plane every single day doing these speaking tours, but when COVID happened and everything shut down, and I was like, I have so much spare time. Let's just make a brand. So I made the brand. It was called Quartz, and then I figured, how am I going to differentiate myself with the million clothing brands out there? So then I was like, all right, let's add a little bit of luxury to it. So I called it Quartz Luxury. We added car rentals, home rentals, all of
Wow.
that, events and stuff. So then now I could raise the price point of things, and it kind of I figured my target audience as well. So then, I partnered with Reebok and a few other types of larger brands to allow me to, do shoe collaborations and stuff. And then at that time when I saw Milk Room, I was living in Woodland Hills, and I passed. I'm like, what is Milk Room? Like, it's out there. It's a red
It's a
sign, big
funny
red
name.
sign. And I pass it every single day. I'm like, let's go check it out. I went in there. I was like, okay, cool. They have some street stuff. Let's see if we can get connected and put some clothes in here. So I think I got some shoes in there, big baller brand stuff. We're working on it at the time. So yeah,
Very awesome. That was you.
yeah,
Wow, I remember when all of those boxes were
yeah.
waiting for us in the back room. I was like, "Yo, when did we get LeVar in here, bro?" So that was really awesome,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. So
Very,
we
very
dropped off
cool.
all those shoes. Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff.
So tell us a little bit about the global speaker part of your life. Like, what did that look like for you? When was that? What were you talking about?
Man, so that was crazy. So what happened was I just finished a high school tour where I was performing my music at like 50 high schools throughout
Awesome.
LA. But this is in 2012 though. And then after that, my manager at the time, he's a global speaker and author. He spoke with Tony Robbins, was speaking with JT Fox, and then he's like, you know what, like come check out my speaking event, business events. At that time, I was still young. I was just, fresh out of high school. So, all right, let's check it out. My first speaking engagement, I didn't even wear a suit yet. I just put on a collared shirt, just regular, and told them about my story, about like how important branding is. Back in 2012, a lot of brands weren't out there yet. So it
Yeah,
was
you were
really
kind of ahead of
important.
the curve a little bit.
Yeah, business owners, they really didn't know about branding. They just knew how to operate their business or make money however they do. So that's what I was speaking about. And then I went up there, did my thing. It was actually at LAX, at a hotel near LAX. And then from there, my manager, he just brought me all over the world.
That's very awesome. Like, what was one of your most favorite experiences while you were traveling around the world, getting to talk to people?
Yeah, so it was definitely the quality of people that I was around, because at that time I was only 19, 20, 21, and I was with extremely successful business owners,
Just
ages
being a
40,
sponge.
50, 60, 70 years old, that have acquired everything in life, and they just want to run their business and excel it and pass it on to their kids, whatever it may be. But just being around that whole time, that type of crowd. So I didn't get to experience like the college dorm life, all those things. Maybe sometimes I would hit clubs or parties when I come back to LA, but 90% of my time was with these older folks, seasoned folks. So being able to learn from them 24/7 and what it really takes to be successful in whatever way, if it's health, money, family, whatever your meaning of success is, I was able to absorb all that.
So being a sponge just around all of these people who are absolute success stories, maybe what are a few pieces of advice or, mottos that have been shared with you that have really helped fortify your mindset and keep you pushing forward on this journey?
Yeah, so I mean, success looks like different things to everybody, and a lot of whatever is important to you will be different for everybody. But what I really learned is kind of find your why and your purpose yourselves. I feel like this day and age, especially with the tool of social media, a lot of people don't know why they're doing something, and they jump into something. And the more you do it, the more you get in the routine of doing it. You post yourself on social media in this type of light, and you follow that, let's say, dream, but you don't know why you're doing it, and there's no end goal. But what I really learned is if you're able to figure out your why and why you're doing something, if you're able to get the focus off of you and you put the focus on either your clients or the people you want to touch or inspire in the world and how you can actually help people, I felt like that was really what clicked with me. Because let's say in any type of industry of a creator, if you do music, fashion, acting, whatever it may be so one dimensional. Like every day you wake up to serve yourself. And I learned that if you can actually connect with others and care about others genuinely, it comes back tenfold, because, you know, you can be so self centered easily in this entertainment world, whatever it may be, but it's really not about that. It's about how you make people feel at the end of the day.
Absolutely. Um, and I just think it's important, right? Just the way that you present yourself, right? With authenticity and just being genuine. Overall, those people are going to get ahead more in life because the people who have been in the game, the sharks, they can sniff out when you've got that face on, right? Um, so, being a serial entrepreneur, a lot of people who might be watching, um, they may not be trying to fit as much into their week, their day, their life in order to make it to a certain level, right? So, what does a serial entrepreneur like yourself, what do you do to, stay grounded, stay rooted, maybe take the tension off in order to get back out into all of that and take it on
Yeah.
head on?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things to do. Like for example, yesterday, actually this whole week, because this Clippers event's been going on, 99% of my time isn't spent on me and building me. It was like around midnight last night, and I was like, oh, finally, like I finished everything. I'm done with all my clients. I'm making sure that they're taken care of. You know what I'm saying? Wife's taken care of. Whatever animals we got going on. The schedule for the next week, and I was like, all right, like finally have some me time. Let's open up my Instagram messages, see what's going on. And I was like, you know what? Like, I don't even need to right now. Like that's not important right now. Let me like rest, take care of myself, right? So with such a busy life, and everyone's busy in their own way, it's just so important to understand what's important to you. Because I was so glad I was done, and everyone is happy in my ecosystem and taken care of. And now it's time for me. But at that moment, I just wanted to just relax and rest. No Netflix, just literally just call it an early night and
Right.
just keep it going, keep it moving.
Yeah, man, because being an entrepreneur, people don't understand. Um, those who embark on this journey, it's a path of being extraordinary. And to be extraordinary, you've got to be willing to be extra, because it's very easy, um, to not, right? Um, in 5 years, where would you like to see yourself?
Yeah, I mean, so I see myself in 5 years. I've been really taking opportunities that are given to me. A lot of the times I said no or it's not the right time. But I feel like I'm a point in my life where now all that matters to me is kind of like serving others. And I say that 100% genuinely because I've done everything that I wanted to do for myself. Starting off at a young age of like 14, it was always about me. I'm kind of over me now. So I like building businesses that can help serve people. It's not about the money because the money will always be there. The more money you make, the more higher your bills are. You know what I mean? So you're always in that rat race of catching up, breaking even, spending this, got to hustle a little bit more just to cover this. And that rat race can get tiring though. So the more you elevate, people always think that the more you elevate, the easier it gets. But the more you elevate, the more responsibility there is. And that's what
Yep.
people don't realize.
What do they say? More money, more problems.
It's true.
New levels, new devils.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and one day you can have everything, next day it can all be gone, just like the fires that we
Absolutely.
just had. So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Now, you mentioned that success can look and mean different to other people. So, from the perspective of Tony Luu, what does success look like or mean to him?
yeah. I mean, success to me is if I can impact and help others become successful in their own way. That's what really gratifies me. So in the beginning of my journey, like I said, it was always about me when I was dancing to music. When you make a song, it's all about you. You go and perform, it's all about you. When I got to the speaking stuff, I was talking about my story of this is what I did, this is how you should do it. But as I started doing it more and more after like my 300th speech, I realized like let's take the focus off of me. Let's use me as an example. But if you guys are able to implement what I was able to do, this is what can happen for you. So taking the focus really off of me and building a community and helping people, that's really my goal.
Absolutely. Um, and so serving others, right? No gatekeeping. Like genuinely wanting to see you win, and I'll be somebody in your corner to help
Yeah,
root you on.
yeah,
That's fantastic. It's like I resonate with it a lot. If Greg was here, he would absolutely resonate with it too because that's where we feel like we're at in our point in life. It's been so much about us in our race that now we're in a position to, well, maybe it's time to uplift others, give the spotlight to somebody else, build up the next person, right? Um, and it's very interesting because that is a very leadership specific type of characteristic and quality. Not a lot of people have it. And being in LA, it's kind of hard to really find those sorts of individuals who are genuinely here to uplift, build you up, root you on. What's been maybe your experience just playing the LA game, just politicking a little bit in business, trying to work your way up?
yeah. I mean, because it's so funny because I realized a change in me myself because I was born and raised here at Woodland Hills. But when I started traveling to other countries, that's really what opened up my eyes because I saw the people who didn't get the opportunity to do this or this, or what is important to someone in a third world country, it's meaningless to us. But when I really did that, it also clicked because everything in LA didn't matter at all. I would come back to LA, see some family, do my thing, um, whatever, visit. I mean, LA is the best
Absolutely.
though. On the planet, LA
Absolutely.
is the best. I'll tell you that much. But hey, we pay a premium though.
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
but it's definitely the best. But the mindset of the people here, a lot of people here come here and they want to do something, but they know what they want to do. They understand maybe this is the blueprint, but they don't really know why they want to do it. Sometimes it could be identity crisis. Sometimes it could be I just want to make money. Maybe this can make me money. But they got to realize, like, let's say you did everything and you got everything that you ever wanted. What will make you fulfilled? And that's what turns the meaning of success is different to anyone, is because I know a lot of people who have everything that anyone would ever want when it comes to materialistic things, but genuinely they're not happy. So finding what success means to you is just so key because you'll run in this rat race, try to do this, book this gig, do all this, trying to elevate, get big on social media, whatever you think will be make you successful. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter at all.
Yep. And that's a hard pill for people to swallow. Like, really, at the end of the day, does it really matter? Especially just in today where we live in such a digital age where if Instagram went, what do you have to your name?
Right.
You know, like if TikTok went, what do you have that's tangible?
Right. And TikTok almost went too.
Almost, bro. Oh man, I just started working with this guy building up a TikTok shop live agency, and he's like, yeah, for the next 3 6 months, we're gonna be doing this, doing that. And I'm like, you think TikTok's gonna be around 3 6 months?
Yeah.
You know, it's just that right there. You know,
Yeah.
but I wanted to ask you, because I think you've got a good head on your shoulders and you walk a straight arrow. Um, what are your goals and what are your dreams? I like to ask this question because those questions mean a little bit different to me. For instance, my goals, I absolutely want to be uh, a self-sustaining creative entrepreneur in every way, level, shape possible. That's the goal, right? Um, dream in life, be a great father, be a great friend, be a great boyfriend. Uh, those examples that I didn't get when I was growing up. So, from Tony Lue's perspective, what are your goals? What's his dreams?
Yeah, so my goals right now are to give people the opportunities that they might have not been able to create themselves. Another example is the Clippers. It's always been a dream of mine. I always loved basketball, but realistically, I can't play basketball. I could probably score on these dudes, but to guard them, that's like 6'10". That does not. That's just not happening. So basketball has always been one of my dreams. It was always my dream to play on court. And when this business opportunity came to me, and I was be able to be a part of it, help facilitate it, coordinate it, I was like, oh yeah. And when I first stepped onto it was crypto arena was the first one I stepped on, and I was like, yeah, this is amazing. And that was just me, just coordinating everything, making sure everyone gets their playing time,
Putting out the
get their
fires.
pictures, all of that. Yeah, and like that was a dream for me just to step on the court, and I didn't play that time though yet. And I was like, this is amazing. And for me to experience that, go to the Lakers and Clippers game afterwards. What else happened? We watched Kawhi Leonard warm up and all of that. And I just wanted to pass that experience to someone else for them to get that feeling, whether you're an NBA player or you just want to take a picture on the court to make yourself look good on Instagram, whatever it may be. I want to give that type of opportunity to people. When it comes to the I want to give the opportunity to business owners to save money, make their business more efficient, um, take that next curve into technology and be ahead of the others because business is crucial. If you're not making money and you go out, there's always someone to take your spot in whatever you do. So yeah, my goal is to really give people opportunity in whatever way possible. I would say my dream is to when you're married and you have all these other responsibilities. I have 5 puppies right now and a horse. I just want my ecosystem, to run smoothly. So my dream is just to have, freedom and time to do whatever you really want to do.
I love it, bro. Um, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you, man. I'll be honest, I was very excited just for your episode specifically, whether it was going to be me or Kimberly talking to you here today. Um, just because, like, you're bright, You've got the experience. You've got a lot of knowledge, man. You're young on top of that, very multifaceted. Just a lot of things that resonate with me there that I see in my own life too. So this was just me kind of like picking your brain, picking the brain of somebody like um, you could say like admire in a way, because I feel like we move kind of the same.
Thank you.
Um, but the floor is yours at this moment, man. If you have any special announcements, anything you're currently working on, anything you like to promote, please let the people know about it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm doing a bunch of things. This league AI is really big. These Clippers experiences is really big. Anyone who needs help in marketing or any type of that. Like, I don't even use the term marketing anymore because it's so watered down and played out. People can start an agency tomorrow, just get a few clients, not deliver the result, and just keep moving on. That's how they move. So I don't like using that word, but anyone who wants to really scale their business in any way, that's what I'm here to help. But I mean, since we're here at Milk Room, I wanted to like share, I guess, something that really impacted me after COVID, and it was a big realization that came to me because I know a lot of creators come by Milk Room and want to collaborate, get involved in everything that you want to do. But kind of just to sum up what I've been talking about all day with you is, knowing what's important and knowing yourself. Don't get caught into the any type of identity crisis. I've reinvented, evolved myself dozens of times of how I present myself online, whatever it may be. And there's just so much more importance to life than the whatever's online and digital. But one night I was sitting on the beach, midnight, and I was looking up at the stars. The waves were coming in, and I was like, "What's the real meaning of life?" And something clicked in my head, like, what is all of this? Like, all that was around me was just earth, sand, and all of that. There was nothing materialistic around me, and just one word popped in my head, and it was history. And I was like, what is history? When you Google history, it's pretty much the track record and stories of people, what they've done. And how to tie that back in with creators is when I broke down the word history, it actually meant, like, first of all, who made words? Who chose
Right,
what,
right.
you know? So history is actually, back in the day when they made it, is his story, right? I didn't choose his. It could have been her story, but back in the day,
Right.
whatever, it was his story. So while we're walking this earth, as we look around the things that we have right now, from the microphone to the couch to our clothes, to us to your shades, milk room, all this stuff was someone's story that they just created,
Wow.
right? So from the microphone, if it was called the Zoom, somebody made this Zoom microphone, and that's their path, that's their journey, and their story that they walked on. So what I could share to the creators to recap is to basically know yourself, know why you want to do something, continue writing your story, and that's all you can do. It's your life, and we're going to be a memory when we pass away. So make sure that you make people feel how you want them to make them feel. Don't be self-centered, and nothing means anything.
In the most Tony Lou fashion, way to end on a profound note. That was absolutely awesome, man.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Uh, it's been a pleasure talking to you, man. Like, just know, me, Greg, the Milkroom community, we're in your corner, man, and we're rooting for you, everything that you do.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time too.
Love, brother.
Yeah.
And folks, that's it.